Ito ang mainit na balita at trending ngayon sa mundo ng social media. Dating Senador Manny Pacquiao gustong sumugod at Sen Raffy Tulfo umaksyon na. Ano nga bang dahilan? Well, let's find out. Matapos ang nakakagimbal na aksyon ng China sa West Philippine Sea kung saan mayroong Chinese Maritime Militia ang namataan sa nasabing lugar. Ito'y matapos malaman ng China ang planong Christmas convoy papuntang Ayungin Shoal na tinatayang nasa 40 boats ang sasama sa 3 days Christmas caravan sa Ayungin Shoal. Kaya naman, ayon mismo sa malapit na kaibigan na gusto ding sumama ni dating Senador Pacquiao sa West Philippine Sea para ipakita ang suporta.
Sumama dyan si Manny Pacquiao. Ay, balak niya sumama dyan, sabi niya, di ba?
Oo, sana. Sama ka, Manny.
O, di ba? Kung may mangyari dyan, naku, yung buong mundo magagalit, di ba?
Tapos kakata si Manny, nakamegawa, para sa'yo! Ang laban na ito. Saya nyo, talagang makakapag-boost ng energy.
Habang kumakanta siya, di ba?
Samantala, muli namang kinalembang si Senador Robin Padilla dahil sa pag-iingay nito na kontra sa pagpasok ng ICC, pero bakit sa usaping West Philippine Sea ay tahimik ito? Ayon nga kay Professor Contreras, may mga politiko talaga na ang pinaglalaban ay ang kanilang amo, pero hindi ang kapakanan ng ating bayan.
Pagdating sa International Criminal Court, ino-oppose ang jurisdiction. Pero pagdating sa West Philippine Sea, maka-China, nakalimutan ng sovereignty. Ini-insist ang sovereignty pagdating sa ICC, pero pagdating sa West Philippine Sea, hindi justify it nira-rationalize pa ang China. Gusto sa China, ayaw sa ICC. Samantalang ang pinag-uusapan dito is sovereignty. So, nakalulungkot na ang ginagawang sangkalan o basehan ng political opinion ay hindi yung prinsipyo, kundi ang laging pinag-uusapan dito, kanino ba o sino bang taong involved dito, kanino to i-apply, sino ang masasaktan dito, sino ang makikinabang dito. Yun ang tinitingnan.
Samantala, matapos ang malagim na sinapit ng ating kababayan sa Marawi City, nagbigay pahayag naman si Senador Raffy Tulfo na kanyang aaksyonan ang ginawang pagpapasabog.
Akin pong maling kinukundinang nangyaring pambobomba sa Mindanao State University sa Marawi. Walang puwang sa ating bansa ang ganitong karumaldumal na atake. Ito po ay isang plain and simple na kaduwagan. Mga kababayan, huwag po tayo papayag na sirain ng mga ito ang kapayapaan sa ating bansa. Lalong-lalo na ang kapayapaan na unti-unti na nating pinagtulungan na ibalik sa Marawi. Nandito ang inyong Senado sa tulong ng National Government at LGU na siguraduhin na ang agarang tulong ay makakarating sa inyo. At bilang inyong Senador, kaisa po ako sa matututok upang maimbestigahan ito agad para malaman at mahuli ang may kagagawan nito at mawalang agam-agam at spekulasyon sa ating mga kababayan.
Nauna nang kinundina ni President Marcos at VPSara ang ginawang pagpapasabog sa ating mga kababayan sa Marawi.
In our constitutional democracy, only the courts can interpret the laws, not Congress.
Okay.
So I will not answer that question because I believe Congress does not have the right to interpret laws.
Okay.
Mr. Chair, Congress to pass laws, not to interpret.
Salamat po.
I make back my statements.
Mr. Chair,
Okay, the Honorable Toby Chanco is recognized.
Mr. Chair, in the sense of fairness, since we really want to know the source, para malaman natin kung ano talaga yung pinagkakalat nito, would we allow Mr. Celis, Eric, to reveal the source in executive session? Would the chair allow?
Yes, Eric. It's an executive session, an option for you. There's a suggestion by the Honorable Toby Chanco of Navotas na kung ayaw niyo po sabihin sa harap ng camera at sa publiko, okay lang ba, executive session? We will call for executive session now. Para lahat ho ng options ay binigay na po namin sa inyo. Eric.
That would be very dangerous for other media practitioners present here because it will create a very dangerous and negative precedence on the protection of source provided by law. I will refuse still.
Salamat po.
Mr. Chair,
The Honorable Toby Chanco is still recognized for a follow-up question.
No, I just wanted to manifest that the reason that we're suggesting an executive session is to show na tayo naman, hindi naman tayo na binibigyan natin siya ng pagkakataon na i-reveal. Kung talagang gusto niya pangalagaan, at least an executive session. But it seems ayaw niya pa rin po, Mr. Chair.
Mr. Chair, it is very clear that Mr. Celis does not want to answer the question to reveal the source, whether in this inquiry or in executive session. So therefore, Mr. Chair, under Section 11, the power to contempt. Letter E, grounds for contempt is for a resource person refusal to answer any relevant inquiry. Actually, Mr. Chair, Mr. Celis has already violated two provisions of Section 11. The first one, acting in a disrespectful manner, and the second one, which is very more important rather, is his refusal to answer the question in a relevant inquiry. On this note, Mr. Chair, I move to contempt, to cite for contempt Mr. Celis for on these two grounds under Section 11. So move, Mr. Chair.
Second the motion.
There's a motion, duly
Yes.
seconded. Any objections from any member
Mr. Chairman.
of this committee? There being no objections, on a
Mr.
unanimous vote,
Mr.
the
Chairman.
Eric is cited for
Mr.
contempt.
Chairman, may be recognized.
Ask the Sergeant of Arms to please
Mr. Chairman.
take on.
Mr. Chair,
Eric.
Mr. Chair, Mr. Chairman, Mr. Chairman,
Mr. Chairman.
can we request the Sergeant at Arms to practice his responsibility after the hearing? Because there's still other details that.
Mr. Chair, the motion was for Mr. Celis to be cited in contempt. And I think there's supposed to be a second motion. Yes. No, the motion should be for him to be detained. Where? Because under our law, the contempt of the committee shall be deemed contempt of the House. The person cited in this section may, upon order of the committee, be detained in such place as the chairperson or acting chairperson may designate. In other words, we have to decide where to detain him and for how long, Mr. Chair. That's supposed to be the second motion.
Mr. Chair, I believe with regards to the duration, it will be up to this committee to decide, and of course, to Mr. Celis, kung kailan po niyo sasagutin yung tanong natin, and then maybe we could lift the contempt. But as long as hindi pa niya sinasagot yung tanong natin, the contempt will remain. Move for
Can I have a
a...
final statement, please? Before po ako magpapakulong, I request the committee.
Mr. Chair. Mr. Chair. Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. In an earlier motion, Mr. Chair, we have already approved to cite for contempt Mr. Celis. On this note, Mr. Chair, I move to detain him in the premises of Congress as per our rules on Section 11. So move, Mr. Chair.
In relation to the motion,
Oh.
can I have
Because it is required.
The Honorable Paduano is recognized.
Mr. Chairman, ang ano lang, point of inquiry lang, kasi we are not allowed to have a detention for indefinite period of time. So we have to establish how long. And the lifting of such detention will depend on the members of this committee, of course, with the cooperation of the person in contempt. So we have to establish how long, because we are not allowed to detain indefinite based on so many jurisprudence, Mr. Chairman.
There's a decision by the Supreme Court that we cannot detain a person indefinitely. And therefore, may I move that we come up with a definite period for detention insofar as Mr. Celis is concerned. For violation of paragraph C of Section 11 of the rules. We'll go on break on December 30 unless he files a motion for reconsideration. We have done this in the different committees already.
Mr. Chair,
There's a motion. The Honorable Committee.
the reason why we cited Mr. Celis for contempt is because he does not want to answer the question. That is precisely why he violated paragraph C. So why will we give him a timeline? Eh kung kahit na hindi pala siya sumagot, papalabasin natin si Mr. Celis. The reason why we cited him for contempt, eh gusto nga natin nasagutin niya yung relevant inquiry natin, nasagutin niya kung sino yung source niya. So I believe that we should not give a timeline, Mr. Chair.
After
Mr. Chairman,
citing
Mr. Chairman.
the jurisprudence, Mr. Chair, I submit to the wisdom of this committee.
The due process was given to the witness, and he was allowed to speak. And he cited his grounds why. As a matter of fact, we gave him so much airtime that he manifested his refusal to the question of the Honorable Suarez 4 times. And so, that being said, the chair would like to call the Honorable Pimentel to manifest his the motion on the time frame.
Mr. Chair, I would like to amend my previous motion. Therefore, Mr. Chair, I move to detain Mr. Celis for he was cited in contempt until the adoption of the committee report at the plenary session, Mr. Chair. So move.
So that is also an amendment to the motion of the Honorable Akop early on. There's a motion amending the motion of the Honorable Akop. Any second? Seconded? The chair hearing no objection, the chair adopts and approves the motion of the Honorable Danny Pimentel. So the Sergeant of Arms is hereby directed to enforce the decision of this committee.
Mr. Chair,
Salamat.
can I make a comment, Mr. Chair?